This is the plaintiff, Mike. He says he was playing in a soccer match. The defendant was on the opposing team, and he took him out. That's right. The maniac dropped his shoulder, ran into him at full speed to intentionally hurt him, and hurt him he did. This was a physical assault. It was totally malicious in nature, and he called the cops. Meanwhile, he had to have surgery for a broken collarbone. They had to put a metal plate into him, and he's here in the name of justice, suing for the $6,000 he's now out. This is the defendant, Jonathan Brawford. He says he in no way injured the crybaby plaintiff intentionally. This is an over 30 league. The games get aggressive at times, and they collided on a play where they were both running full speed for the ball. Technically speaking, they were both where they needed to be for the play. The cops didn't find any fault in either of them, and this was just one of those things. He's accused of taking out an opponent. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $6,000 for malicious prosecution and abuse of civil procedures.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Mike, you've asked to be referred to only as Mike. You are suing Jonathan Brawford for $6,000. According to your damages, actually exceed that for intentionally and maliciously breaking your collarbone during a soccer game, correct?
That's true, Your
Tell
Honor.
me what happened.
So on June 22nd, 2016, myself and my witness, Tom here, we play in a competitive league on Wednesday nights. And we're a bunch of grown men.
Grown men,
Grown
yeah.
men, 30 plus.
30 plus, that's the...
Okay. And we were playing a competitive game. I was coming across the field, headed towards the goal. I play striker. And...
Did you two know each other before this or no?
No,
Okay.
not by name. But as I was coming across the field, the ball was at a distance ahead of me. I'm moving to my right, going towards the goal. And from my left, I was impacted by Jonathan.
Where's the ball? Okay, hold on, but back up a second. Where's the ball when you're...
Significantly out in front of me. I'm running full speed.
Okay.
And if you run and you play soccer, no one can keep the ball within 2 feet of them when you're running full speed. You kick it out away from you, and then you run after it and kick it out away.
Where the ball was at that moment, had it gotten there because you had kicked it there?
Yes, I had possession of the ball.
Okay.
And I had people chasing after me.
Okay.
And he came from a different direction and engaged my left side where I'm moving to my right. So I'm moving this direction, he comes here, hits me into the shoulder, and that caused the clavicle to break.
Okay, I need you to show me, hi Douglas.
Oh, my back in action?
Yeah.
All right.
Why don't you show me here in the center of my courtroom how it is that you were hit. We'll make Douglas you.
So
that would be you, Douglas, so you go where he says for you to go.
So I'm running towards the goal. I'm you now.
Yes.
Okay.
You're the other guy.
You're going to be him because you're the one who's got to show us the action.
I'm running this way.
Jonathan comes this way, drops his shoulder right up into me, and snaps my collarbone. Not playing the ball at all.
Okay.
I have pictures to...
What happened to you when that happened?
I fell to the ground. I knew that my collarbone was broke. I was laying there. And after a period of about 10, 15 seconds, I realized I felt like, all right, I broke my bone. My teammates come up and they're like, hey, you all right?
What happened to the play? Like, did
The play stopped.
the
And
play
then
stop? Was there a whistle?
Yeah, the referee came, and at that time, I don't remember what happened specifically, but I was told that he was given a red card. He was thrown out of the game.
What's a red card?
A red card is given to, can I give you the legal?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly what I want.
A red card is shown by a referee to signify that a player must be sent off. A player who has been sent off is required to leave the field of play immediately, must take no further part in the game, and cannot be replaced by a substitute. A red card is for serious foul play and violent conduct.
Okay.
If the play was contended or within the reason of the game, you would get a yellow card. And then you'd get another yellow card. And then you'd be thrown out of the game.
Okay.
So he was an instant straight red card, thrown out of the game, and then suspended for 2 subsequent games.
What happened to you? How did you get off the field?
I stood up and I walked. I believe the trainer was walking with me. I went, we had an ambulance.
Were the police called?
Yeah, the police were called because they asked if I wanted to file charges. And I said, yeah, after everybody was telling me what he was saying on the sidelines.
And what were people telling you he was saying on the sidelines?
That he was going to come in to blow me up.
Why?
Because of a previous play that had nothing to do with him, that I was never issued any type of warning, cautionary play. It was within reason of the game. Never received a yellow card.
But he had perceived it to have been aggressive, so he was going to get back
He was
at you?
coming back after me for something.
All right, who's the gentleman who's with you? Is he witness or moral support?
No, he's a witness. He was
Come on
right
up.
there. He plays forward
What's your
with
name?
me.
Tom Marcus.
And you're on his team?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
I was actually closely involved in the play. I was about 10 yards. Like he said, he was running one way, I was running across. I saw the defendant coming blatantly, maliciously intent on physically harming Mike.
Why? Because the direction he was running was not the direction you would
ball was-
expect him to be running,
Correct.
because he wasn't running towards the ball, he was running towards
The
Mike?
ball was nowhere near. I would say it was at least 5 yards away. And it wasn't a soccer play whatsoever. I played soccer my entire life, and I've never seen
Were
an
you there
attack.
for the initial problem where he hit one of his team members and he felt it was fair play, and apparently so did the ref, but he didn't? Did you
Yes,
see that play?
I did see that play as well.
And what was that?
Basically, Mike was trying to fight for the ball. He was going to the goal, and he got his arm kind of up into the guy's face. I think he hit him in the nose. The guy may have got a bloody nose. It wasn't anything intentional whatsoever.
Well, how does his arm go up like this to the
Because-
guy's nose if it's not intentional?
Well, because
Because what?
Can I say?
Yeah.
When
Don't
you
laugh. Listen. No. Let me just explain something to you. Your demeanor is not helping you. How old are you?
I'm 32.
How old are you?
34.
How old are you?
41.
How old are you?
44.
Okay. What happened?
You know, what's being represented is that I retaliated because, you know, the plaintiff allegedly, you know, went after, you know, intentionally elbowed one of my teammates
Right.
in the face. I didn't witness the play, actually. I was on the sidelines. I saw my teammate coming off with a bloody nose. I was just trying to figure out what happened. My teammate's obviously angry. I reacted on the sidelines. I'm like, what happened? Like, who did this? They didn't call a foul. I got outrageous. I'm like, what number was it? Because what you want to do is you want to tell the ref, because like.
And is that what you did? Tell the ref
Yeah.
when you got?
I went there. Went down. I yelled at the ref. Number 12 has got to go, because they can still throw them out. If the ref would bother to come and look at the player, say, hey, something happened here.
What was it you said on the sidelines?
I said something. I wanted to know who was responsible, what number it was, and you know, I got verbally abusive with the ref. I said somebody's going to get hurt, like somebody's going to get. And I might have said they kept saying blown up. I might have said
No, what they said that you said was, I'm gonna blow him up.
No, I said somebody's going to get blown up, and generally, what blown up means is a fist fight. So it has nothing to do with, you know, laying like a cheap shot. And these statements, they lack a lot of credibility.
Doesn't help your case, though, does it?
It certainly doesn't.
No,
But
when you
here-
admit that you said on the sideline somebody's going to get hurt,
Right.
and they, according to you, how did you get wind of this? I'm going to blow him up comment.
I got that after I got up off the field, went and started filing a police report, and I had 4 people, one which is not a player, who was watching the game on the sideline, heard it from her mouth.
And actually told the police that.
There's 4 written
That
notarized.
there's witnesses that you said, I'm going to blow him up.
Yeah.
That's right in the police report.
Everybody has this retaliation story. But if I really said, and they thought that I was going to go after and retaliate them, why would they wait to tell him until after he got hurt? If somebody told me,
Because maybe they thought you were just talking
and
smack.
one of my teammates.
See, maybe they thought you were just talking smack, but see, you delivered and you broke his clavicle. The guy ended up in the hospital. You ended up in surgery?
I have a plate with 9 screws in my shoulder.
How long were you out?
Out of work or out of play?
Out of. I can't believe you're still
I'm
playing. Are
competitive,
you
so
playing? You're still playing?
Oh yeah, I still play. I actually
Did
was
all of
playing
you guys
back
play in high school? Did all of you
we
guys
did.
play in college?
Some of them.
Yeah. We're all competitive.
You went to the prosecution. You filed a police report. You said you wanted to press charges. What's going on with the prosecution?
Nothing. They dropped it.
But why did they drop it? They just felt like it's
believed
too hard to
It
prove?
wasn't. I don't think they spent enough time to actually do the due diligence.
You know, you don't see a lot of these cases prosecuted.
No, and if I can.
But the standard of proof in a criminal case is beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. The standard of proof in a civil case is different. What do you say happened on the field?
The plaintiff seems like, what I gather from his testimony is that he felt like that I blindsided him.
Oh, you think? Yeah.
If I may step and maybe show.
Yeah, sure.
like-
Go ahead. Use my bailiff as a.
Yeah. So here's what I saw. So the defendant, he was covered by another player that fell down, and he had about 20 or 30 yards of open space. So he's running full speed.
You know you're the defendant, right?
Right. Well,
you meant the plaintiff when you just said that?
I'm the defender. I'm the defender. Yeah, I'm the defender. The offender's coming in straight towards the goal. Wait,
you're talking soccer, I'm talking litigation. What is it you're saying? All right, start. The who is where?
Okay. This is the plaintiff.
Okay.
He's playing offense. You stay in this position, and Judge, you're goalie basically. Okay. I'm about 5 or 6 yards away from him as he's approaching like scoring position. The plaintiff, I think why he felt like he got blindsided is because he's kicking the ball. He's running fast, and that way he's dribbling too far out in front of him. So I'm running this way because he's kicking the ball in front. I step in this way. I didn't blindside him like this. I came in, I stepped between him and the ball, and we hit this side.
Wait, stop. Show me exactly how you hit.
This side. Like shoulder to shoulder.
That's not shoulder to shoulder, my friend. That's right on the clavicle. Shoulder to shoulder is shoulder to shoulder.
That's my understanding. And again, but when you're playing soccer, you have to make a play for the ball.
I understand, but it's not football. It's soccer, and there's things that are permitted and things that aren't. Go ahead and go back to the podium before you hurt my bailiff. Go back there. What ended up happening to you with the league? The league ends up tossing you out for a few games, right?
Yeah, and that's man. There's always a man.
It's not mandatory. Everybody doesn't get tossed out for a few games. And you got red carded, right? Like straight away, red carded.
Red carded.
Yeah.
And
were you watching?
Well, yeah, I was watching. He was coming in to try and score on me.
Right. So, are you able to describe how the hit happened, or not really?
It looked like a soccer play to me. He touched the ball out in front of him, was running full speed to get it. He was coming in to make a play on the ball. And I think, in my mind, why he got hurt was he didn't see him. He came in and protected himself when he saw that they were going to hit, and he never even saw him. So if you're running into something full speed without seeing it, you're in a vulnerable position.
I have a question for you. Did you ever talk to the police?
Yes, they called me first. They didn't have Jonathan's number. I was the captain of the team. So the police contacted me, and I explained all of this to the police.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Do soccer players often intentionally try and injure an opponent?
I feel like they do just because they can't keep up with the skill.
You play soccer?
I used to back in my day.
See it happen?
Yes, I
When
have.
they actually try?
Yes, and I have done it myself.
What?
I mean, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay, you have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Everything you say can be held against you.
I don't recall.
Good answer. Going inside the courtroom.
This is being presented like these are, choir boys on this team, and they're just out to
No,
have
I'm
some
sure
fun.
none of you are choir boys. You think I'm stupid? I'm not stupid. I know nobody's a choir boy.
Yeah, but they
in
call
fact,
them-
if I probably had to call it, I'd probably say that, it's very hard when you're running like this to go like this, okay? But that's not the point. That's not the point. I don't have that case in front of me. The only thing that a judge is supposed to do when you have a sports case like this is figure out whether it was within the scope of the sport or whether it wasn't. And when I got a guy with all these witnesses and who admits, saying on the sidelines that somebody's going to get hurt, who, what number, blah, 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 this whole routine of stuff. And it's like your answer to the complaint was worse than the complaint, where you're saying, this is my favorite part. Their team name, your team name is Cobra Kai, which is a reference to the bad guys from the movie The Karate Kid, one of my favorite personal movies, okay? So their whole team fosters that image, okay. All right, but no, it's this. My 10-year-old niece's teammate broke her collarbone the same way in the same type of play, and she didn't run out and file a lawsuit. I mean, we're still playing Quienes Mas Macho, even when we're in the pleading stage. Guys, the game's a game, and that's great. And a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you all sign up for. A plate and 9 screws, you don't sign up for. And if there's evidence, as there is in this case, that, there was retaliation and that this might have been retaliation, to me, when it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it might be a duck. And that's how I see this. Mr. Brawford, I've heard the evidence, and I think you hit him on purpose. And I don't think he's a little girl because he's complaining about it. Okay? There was a very serious injury in this case. There is a metal plate with 9 screws in the guy because you didn't hit him in a fair way.
And
I understand shoulder to shoulder. I get it. What you even danced up here didn't look like that. $6,000 verdict for the plaintiff.
Well, the plaintiff prevails, gets the $6,000 judgment. Mr. Brawford, I'm sure you're not happy with the judgment. What do you think of what the judge said?
Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate what the judge said.
I mean, she had the evidence, she had testimonies that were given by other people.
At the end of the day, it's an application of law. I thought I had a strong defense. I'm great. I'm sorry I'm sorry the injuries that the plaintiff suffered.
Good. We haven't heard that from you before.
I'm absolutely. It's horrible. This gentleman I found out later was a veteran, served in Afghanistan. I'm very sorry they got hurt. I don't feel like I was responsible for the injury, but I'm about to put the matter behind me.
Good enough. Thank you very much. No, wrong way. Happens all the time. Here comes Mike, the plaintiff. He just mentioned something very interesting. I had heard that. You served 2 tours in Afghanistan?
Oh, yes, I did.
And
I got injured in a soccer game.
Yeah, you made that okay. You
I'm
came
sure
home
this is
and
going to
look.
be the laughing stock of everybody. That,
No, it won't be. Come on. It's
good time.
tough what you went through. You okay with the obviously you should be thrilled.
Yeah, still playing, rocking and rolling, and I just encourage everybody to watch this, and you'll know exactly why we're here. So.
All right, very good. You're still playing the game, though, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we missed our game yesterday.
I mean,
To be here.
it has to affect the way you play with the shoulder and the.
It doesn't. I had a
hips.
really good surgeon.
Okay, well,
So
very
he
well.
took
Good
good care
luck.
of
I
me.
hope you don't get hurt again.
All right,
Okay,
thank you.
Good enough. Thank you both very much. Fascinating case, Harvey. What do you think about this?
Look, Doug, if it's intentional, it could be a criminal assault. The thing is, you have to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt.